Charlemagne, the Sword and the Cross. In a world scarred by the fall of Rome and threatened by chaos, one man rose from the wild frontiers of Europe to forge a new empire. A warrior king with a vision of order, faith, and glory. His name was Charlemagne, or Carolus Magnus Charles the Great, the first Holy Roman Emperor and the father of Europe. A king is born. Charlemagne was born on April 2, 747, the son of Pepin the Short, king of the Franks, and grandson of Charles Martel, the hero who had halted the Muslim advance into Western Europe at the Battle of Tours. Charlemagne inherited not just a kingdom, but a mission to unify the disjointed lands of post-Roman Europe. In 768 CE, after Pepin's death, Charlemagne and his younger brother Charlemagne became co-rulers of the Frankish kingdom. But fate had other plans. Charlemagne died suddenly in 771, leaving Charlemagne the sole king. And with the crown came ambition, not for gold or pleasure, but for empire. The warrior king Charlemagne's reign was defined by war, but not mindless conquest. His campaigns had a purpose: to bring order, spread Christianity, and revive the idea of a united Christian Europe. He fought fiercely against the Saxons in the north, pagans who resisted conversion. For 30 years, Charlemagne waged a brutal campaign to subdue them, burning idols, building churches, and enforcing baptism. At times, his methods were harsh, such as the infamous massacre of Verdun in 782, where 4,500 rebellious Saxons were executed. To Charlemagne, unity under Christ was non-negotiable. In the south, he crushed the Lombards in Italy, taking the title King of the Lombards. He marched into Muslim Spain, launching the Spanish March as a buffer zone. Though his campaign was not entirely successful, it inspired legends, like the Song of Roland, France's first great epic. The Holy Roman Emperor. On Christmas Day, 800 CE, inside the old St. Peter's Basilica in Rome, Pope Leo III placed a crown upon Charlemagne's head and proclaimed him Emperor of the Romans. It was a moment rich with symbolism. The Western Roman Empire had fallen in 476. Now, over 3 centuries later, the Church had resurrected the imperial title, but with a twist. Charlemagne's empire was Christian, and his authority came not just from blood, but from God. This was the birth of the Holy Roman Empire, a new attempt to fuse Roman legacy, Germanic strength, and Christian unity. The scholar King Charlemagne was not just a conqueror, he was a patron of learning and culture. Though he never mastered writing himself, he loved knowledge and surrounded himself with scholars like Alcuin of York. He revived Latin learning, established schools and monasteries, and promoted literacy and education in what became known as the Carolingian